Prince was here last week, and Prince is here. Prince doesn't have a smile on his face. You wanted to compete, right? You wanted to compete, and you're not happy. You just want to just take the championship. It looks like you didn't work for it, right? You really wanted to compete, right? I'm sorry, but when situations like this happen, we just declare you the winner. Is what happens. Maybe there's a match or boxing, and maybe your opponent doesn't come. You're not the winner. Just like maybe this. There's supposed to be a boxing with Anthony Pulev. Oh, no, this is a kiddies playground. Anyways, aside that, Prince, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. You come close to the microphone. Forget the fact you tried. You at least you didn't, drop out of the show, but you're here and you really wanted to compete. But I'm sorry, there's nobody to compete with. But before I let you go, I usually have a chit chat with kids. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation about why do you choose to keep calling on the kiddies playground? But how much impact has the kiddies playground, had in your studies and you as a child? Tell me.
First of all, for me, I never experienced learning current affairs, but because my daddy always said I should call KUFM, I will not think of, I said I don't want to call. One day my dad not told me I should call, and I decided to call. And that time was COVID-19 period, and I was calling. That time you always read stories,
okay.
And I still got some, and I don't get some. But now, after the COVID-19 period, they say I should still continue trying more, but one day I'll
become a champion.
Become the champion.
Okay.
But last week I took last. Let me not say.
No, you're the third runner-up.
I took turn, but my dad was not actually happy, but he was still happy that we still came back with something that you actually gave us, that we don't need to go there just because of going sick.
Okay, definitely.
Because that was my first time, but now I was so surprised.
When
I came to 10, I didn't see anybody. We waited, but I can't imagine I did not see anyone.
Okay, it's painful though. All right, moving on. Let's talk about you as Prince now. So, Prince, if I should ask you, what do you want to be in future when you grow up?
Pilot.
You want to be a pilot? Wow, you're sure going to follow this dream? You want to be a pilot? You know what it means? You go to an aviation school. Are you scared of heights?
Heights.
Okay, so you're not scared of heights. So you really want to be a pilot. Okay. Navy pilot, or maybe commercial pilot. Which kind of pilot do you want to be? After learning how to fly a plane, where would you want to focus your? That sounds complex to you, right? It's complex. You just want to be a pilot. No, you can fly a plane as a Navy, as an Army. That's if you get into the force. You can also be a commercial pilot, that is flying people from one destination to another, just like a bus driver driving from one destination to another. So there are different pilot practice. Is that the word? Yes. All right. So moving on. What class are you in? Remind me again. JSS1. Okay. What's the name of your school?
Divine Wisdom International School.
Have any of your schoolmates been on this program?
Not actually. Not yet.
Have you told them about the program? Do you go to school and tell them, I went to KUFM and I learned something and they gave me something? Or have you guys called? Have you?
They won't even listen.
Why do you think so?
I don't know actually. What are you saying? How will you go to studio and start?
But you're here. Maybe somebody in your class will be interested in coming.
Listen to radio. I don't.
When did you start listening to radio?
Sometimes when my daddy goes to the car, he wants to read, and sometimes listening to the news by 5 o'clock. That's when I normally.
Do you enjoy listening to radio?
Actually.
No, actually. Radio or TV? Which one?
Television.
Why do you pick television? Because you get to see the images, so that's why you pick television. You don't like sound. Close your eyes and imagine things being said on radio. So okay, back to my question. So you think if you tell your classmates or your schoolmates, they will not listen, they will not call in?
But if I ask them something like current affairs, they'll say, which kind of question is that?
And if you tell them you learned it on KUFM,
They won't even believe.
they won't believe.
Yes.
I'm giving you an assignment. I want to see 2 students from your school. What's the name of your school again?
Divine Wisdom International School
Divine Wisdom International School. Where is it located?
at Country Home Road.
Country Home Road. That's so you came all the way from Country Home?
No, from Sapele Road.
Sapele Road. Okay, so I'm giving you an assignment. It's just like winning a soul. Win a soul for the Kiddies Playground and the Kiddies Ultimate Challenge. If this person calls, tell the person that when the person is calling, say, so for example, you could say, my name is Orlando. I'm calling from Prince. Prince asked me to call into the show. Yes. What will I give you? Okay.
But actually, we already finished our exam. We're
So-
not going.
Okay, you're not going to school again. Oh, yes. Exams
But
finished on
actually, I have
Friday.
someone's phone number. I can reach him and tell him about it.
Okay. All right. So it's 13 days to Christmas. What are you preparing? What is mommy preparing? Have you heard mommy talk about Christmas plans? Have you heard your dad talk about Christmas plans? So they've not talked about anything
Yeah, they've
Christmas.
talked about it, but I did not hear it from them. But no, they normally talk about it.
What did they say?
I don't actually know what they say. They just say it in their room. I don't.
But you used to go eavesdrop at their conversation.
When I go there, they'll sometimes they'll know who is there. I'll not just.
But the ones you heard, don't worry, mommy will not beat you. The ones you heard, like, are you traveling? Are you?
They actually said that if I take first,
Eh,
that they might buy something special for me.
might.
Yes.
So if you take first, it's not even sure if they will buy something special for you. They might.
It might not be something they will buy. They might just do
Something
something
special for you.
surprising.
Have you been doing it before?
Doing it, yes, we did it when I was with primary 3.
You took first position.
Yes.
What did they get for you? What's the surprise?
Surprise! They took me to Kada, and that time it was my birthday, June, and I also went to Market Square.
Just for you to enjoy yourself.
Yes.
So this period now, your results will soon be out. If you take the first position, I want you to tell your mommy and your daddy on air right now what you want them to do for you. And if they don't do it, if you come back next year, tell me they did not do it. So what do you was my daddy's listening, mommy is somewhere laughing. So tell me, what do you want them to do for you?
I wanted to buy me a tab.
A tab for learning. Yes. So you heard him. I don't know why you're smiling. Mommy Prince, you're going to get him a tab. So you're going to try your exams are over already. So let's hope, fingers crossed, you take the first position. So if mommy and daddy get you a tab, you come and tell people listening. They would want to find out if mommy and daddy actually got you a tab. Okay? All right. Any question you want to ask me before I wrap up? No question. So what would you want to say to KUFM and to people listening to you on this show? What would you want to say to them? He's thinking. Let's allow him think. Okay.
I want to say to everybody that I enjoy listening to KFM because KFM teach you what you don't know and help you to build your inability to be able to learn, read, and do other things that may help you in your lifespan.
That's nice. That's interesting. Thank you so much for listening and participating, because if you decide not to participate, just imagine you did not come, everybody did not come, there will be no Kiddies Ultimate Challenge. So imagine if you don't listen and anybody don't listen, and you don't call, anybody don't call, there will be no Kiddies Playground. So thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for participating. And to all the parents out there, yes, this is if you know you've brought your child to this studio, you've encouraged your child to call, you've spent your airtime to call, this is not the final year thank you message. I still have my special thank you message for you for the end of the year, but this is me saying thank you so much for pushing your kids to face challenges. This program has been really, really sometimes emotional for me when I see kids who don't win and they break down in tears, and sometimes I cry with them because I have a soft spot for kids. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much for listening. Big thank you to us. 2020 was a challenging year. Let me save my thank you message for the last last day of the show of the year. Okay, remember I said 11 days to the end of 2020. I'll be giving you the top 11 words for the year. The words that made it as top 11. Of course, there'll be number one word for the year. I'm sure I've said it sometime on the Kenny Breakfast Show. So stick around, get your vocabulary books ready. I will be dropping all of the 11 words. Automatically, Prince becomes our Kiddies Ultimate Challenge champion for the week and possibly for the rest of the month, for the year. Let's see what happens, though. Well, let's see what happens. This is to you, Prince. Thank you so much for coming. You're now the Kiddies Ultimate Challenge champion. Thank you so much. See you next week on the Kiddies Playground. My name is Ola.